My name's Paul Farnsworth and I'm the set and costume designer for Jekyll Hyde at the new Theater. And today we're in the wig department and we're going to be looking at wigs and makeup on the show. And although the musical is set in London in 1888, it's not a typical period show. Daniel Bort, the director, and I have devised a style that we call asylum punk because the whole show is set in a ruined asylum in 1888. And we've twisted the period style a little bit, and it's a little bit extreme, it's a little bit steampunk, it's a little bit period. So to show you what I mean, we'll have a look at some of the wigs that are on the shelf. There are about 35 wigs in the show, and on this shelf you can see one of the men's wigs. A lot of the men in the show have wigs. This is a wig worn by Carl Christian Rasmussen as Sir Danvers Carew. And it's based on a photograph of the period, but it's not as neat and tidy as it would be. He doesn't actually have two moustaches at the same time, they're just pinned on the wig block, but he's got this very nice wig and sideburns and moustache, but it's slightly distressed and broken up. We have a very sleazy bishop in the show who has this fantastic wig, which, as you can see, looks very thin and unpleasant. And again, it's not completely real because a bishop at this period would be very neat, but we're just giving it a slight twist. If we go down on this shelf, you see a lot of hair pieces which are worn by the ensemble ladies who are playing the prostitutes in the pub that's called the Red Rat. The idea behind the show is, as we're in an asylum, all the girls in the ensemble and the leads have one wig onto which various pieces are added. So when they become the prostitutes, onto their main wigs, these pieces will be added. And they've been painted into and sprayed into so that they're not completely real. And if you come over here, you can see this wig, which is one of the wigs for Emma Carew, who is Jekyll's young, pretty, slightly naive fiancée. And this wig is worn by Camilla Romidale. And again, it's not completely period, and we've painted into it. There's some blonde being painted in, and there's some white and a little bit of gold. And it's just taking us away from being very real. Her costumes are all dirty. Everybody's costumes are dirty because everything has been worn for shows in the asylum for a long time. Everybody also has a stylized makeup. And if we go over here, we'll see Linnea, who's being made up by Alan, our head of wigs, in a trial run of our asylum makeup, which is a very pale foundation. The eyes look fantastic, very nice. I love the red underneath. That's really nice. So all the ensemble will have a pale foundation because I think they haven't been out in the sun for many, many years. And they're also slightly made up in order to perform the show. So Linnea's slightly made up, but it's not a show makeup. It's looking pale and asylum punk, as I say. So in a moment we'll put the wig on and then you can have a look at the whole effect. Well, we've finished the trial run of Linnea's makeup and we put the wig on, and so we'll have a look now at her. Oh, there she is. You look extremely healthy. As you can see, she looks in the very peak of health. Finished makeup, finished wig. As I say, this is our first trial run, and the wig, that really is quite scary, that whole look. The wig, as you can see, looks as though it hasn't been touched. It might have been hair that maybe was combed through weeks and weeks ago and has been left. And interestingly, a style like this is much harder for the wig department to keep looking the same every performance. If you were doing an accurate period style, it would be very easy to do, but this, to keep it like this, is going to be very hard. But it looks fantastic. And you look quite scary. I'm frightened anyway.